book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 14. And it reads, Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Wahara Kakwadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. That scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen, between 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. Real quick.
To follow the snow, but we do want to pause. Well, we're continuing to follow the snow.
Real quick, as you see, U.S. Senate advances deal to reopen government shutdown, federal government. Now, it's an advance. An advancement, meaning a move towards opening up the government shutdown. Now, remember, as we just read in 2nd Esdras 16, the plagues, the calamities, the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai are here to stay. All right? So this place is constantly falling, and it's going to continue to fall. All right? Let's say they do reopen it. The damage is done. The amount of people that went out and got loans, the amount of people that quit their jobs because they couldn't go any longer, is done. The money that America lost is done. Now, the only thing they could try to do to get that money back is hyperinflation, which eventually they're going to do. The damage is done. The people that quit their jobs, you think these companies are going to hire them back? No. The damage is done. The people took themselves out. So the jobs didn't have to fire them. The people took themselves out of the jobs, man. All right? The amount of people that went out and got loans, right? It said 101,000 people. 101,000 people estimated to have gotten loans during the government shutdown, with an estimated approximately $360 $1 million in loans. That's from USAA, I believe. Interest free, right? Now I want to pull it up, but this phone is acting crazy. You saw how long it took for it to come up just to read the scriptures. So let's say the government do reopen. Well, guess what? They got to pay that loan back. Oh, it's interest free. Hold on, that's another debt. They got to pay it back. All right? Well, they got back pay. Check this out. They behind on rent for a month. They're behind on not just rent, but all their bills, they're probably behind for a whole month. 2 to 3 paychecks worth. They got to catch up on the mortgage or the rent. They got to buy food. They got to pay the light bill. They got to pay insurances. Gas for the vehicles. That's stuff that they got to put back. All right? And they got to pay the loan back. All right? So it's not like even if they get back pay, it's a free check. No. That money already spent. And you got to pay that loan back. You see? The people that quit their jobs, finish. Now the job didn't have to call you and fire you. You took yourself out the game. Things are going to get more expensive because the economy took a major hit. Things about to go up. You out of a job. More stress, more anguish. All right? So the damage is done. All right, the damage is done. All right, whatever they decide to do, the damage is done. All right. Now we'll play the video at the end. Now you see, in a time of stress and difficulties, while Yahweh Shema Shah said that the just shall walk by faith and not by sight. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. I want the one in Corinthians. The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and 7. For we, us as a hopeful elect seeking to be the elect, walk by faith and not by sight. You see? So things look bad. Hey, this is an example to us, man, as a hopeful elect seeking to be the elect. When things look bad, don't just up and make a decision, man, because you feel like it's the best decision. Hey, you got to pray to Yahweh Shema Shah. You got to seek wise counsel first. All right? And let Yahweh Shema Shah make the decision for you. Of course, he can put it on your spirit to make the decision. He can give you the answer. But you see, we're in the times where, hey, we just got to walk by faith and not by sight. Because remember, this is what Paul was quoting. When you get Habakkuk 2:4, it says, behold, his soul, meaning Esau, which is lifted up full of pride, is not upright in him. He's wicked, but the just shall live by his faith. So you see, we're in a time where Esau is doing all this craziness, bringing down his own empire. But by him doing it, he's breaking down the people, which a lot of us, all of us are going to be affected by it, but, in different portions. But us as a hopeful elect seeking to be the elect, who are the just, or seeking to be the just, the righteous, shall live by faith. All right? Meaning, by these scriptures, by what Yahweh Shema Shah told us, by the things that that we don't see but believe. This word. We really got to walk in the spirit and not the flesh. All right? This is what we got to do now more so ever during this time of uncertainty. Okay? A time where a system where we got to use to get ahead is collapsing, man. But remember, we trust and believe on Yahweh Shema Shah. All right? So we really got to be in the spirit. Now, that's why Yahweh Shema Shah said, in a time of trouble, make not haste. All right? It's Ecclesiastes 2. And we started one. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh by Shema Shah, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart right and constantly endure. Constantly endure. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. There is no stopping. And make not haste in a time of trouble. You see? See, we can't afford to make a decision based upon the flesh because it look bad in these times. We are in the times of trouble. Remember, that one decision can cost you your life, can cost you your livelihood, many of your jobs, can cost you your family, whatever. All right? Look at what's going on. The government shutdown. The amount of people that quit their jobs. The amount of people that went out and got loans and put themselves in more debt because they didn't see another way out. They don't have patience. All right? Ultimately, what they showed was they don't have any hope in this place anymore. Now, this is the place that they lean upon. Remember, these people don't have Yahweh Shema Shah. And a lot of so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians that's working for the system, they don't trust in Yahweh Shema Shah. All right? So, they too join hand to hand with this place, and it's going down, and they don't have faith in Yahweh Shema Shah when the Lord is for them. See, this is the result of not being in this truth, man. All right? This is the result of not trusting and believing on the scriptures in Yahweh Shema Shah. This is the result of not having that sure foundation, man. You make a decision according to the flesh, and look what happened. These people out of work. they're not gonna call them back. They went out and got loans, putting themselves in more debt. They get back pay, but their check already gone. All right, them checks already gone. All right. Now they still got to worry about the next one. What, January, and how things gonna play out. Hey, what little bit money they got? If they gonna have any left over, they still think about damn Thanksgiving and Christmas. That shit already canceled. You know. Again, this is a prime example. Why Yahweh Shema Shah said again, what Ecclesiastes 2:2, set thy heart right and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. You see? So this place is constantly going down, man. It's finished. All right? So even if they do reopen the government, the damage is already done. Prices are going to shoot through the roof. All right? Hey, Medicare, the health care is going up. They're going to tell you in the video. All right? Ecclesiastes chapter 2. And let's start at 10. Let's start at actually you can read this whole chapter, man. Read the whole chapter. Let's start at 10. It says, look at these people that join hand in hand with the system. These are examples of those who claim to have faith and or those who trust in a collapsing system, man. Yahweh Shema Shah does everything for a reason. Remember, as the scripture says, everything, you can't do nothing against the truth but for. Everything is for edification, man. What's going on is to break down Babylon, the people that join into it who are the wicked, but they uplift the they uplift the elect of Israel. Remember, prophecies for the believers. Things that we're saying, it's to encourage us, to strengthen us in the spirit. Ain't got nothing to do with these niggas. So don't get all beat up. Oh man, damn, this open. I was hoping it was gonna go on longer. No, it went on. Even if they reopen it tomorrow, Wednesday, it went on as long as Yahweh Shema Shah wanted to go on. The damage is done. Ecclesiastes 2:10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? But the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is full of mercy and compassion, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. The elect. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. You see? So, hey, look at it again. We're not in the time of doubting and making fleshly decisions, man. That's what make not haste mean. Haste meaning to make a quick decision, man. To hurry. It'll cost you your job, man. It could cost you your life. All right? And remember, these people can't undo what they've already done. The job's not calling them back. They can't cancel the loans. They just got to pay them back. And what I was quoting earlier was just what people took out from USAA. That doesn't include all the other banks that people went out and took loans from that has interest. You got to pay that back. So people got themselves in a jam, man. All right? And that's a result of, making decisions according to the flesh. All right? But what we're reading is, to uplift the elect of Israel. All right? Verse 12 again, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah shall visit you? They that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah will not disobey his word, Yahweh Shah, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law, obedience. They that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in the sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Right? You see, so we're not going to let man determine our fate. All right? Yahweh Shema Shai is already in control, man. So these people got themselves in the jam, man. Like I said, you can look up statistics. All right? This phone, hopefully this will come up right here. Hopefully the sound stay in too. Because I noticed the sound goes in and out for like a couple of seconds, few seconds. But hit a video. I did press the button.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. In a Chevy of... Well, we're continuing to follow...
Remember, you don't see no Thanksgiving videos. All Christmas. Let's turn this up.
Snow, but we do want to pause because it's day 41 of the government shutdown, and there's finally some light at the end of the tunnel. The Senate just approved an initial step that could end the impasse later this week. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more on the rare weekend session and what happened.
The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
The Senate approved a first step to push through legislation that could end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, after a group of mostly moderate Democrats made a deal with Republicans. The Senate and House still need to approve the full measure.
All of us, Republicans and Democrats, who support this bill know that the time to act is now.
Democrats had demanded any funding package include expiring health care subsidies. The deal grants them a vote next month on extending the tax credits.
This was the only deal on the table. It was our best chance to reopen the government.
The agreement comes after the Supreme Court issued an emergency order late Friday, halting the payout of full SNAP benefits. 42 million Americans used the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to buy food. There were long lines over the weekend in Southern California at a distribution site for the LA Regional Food Bank, and major concerns for those in need in the Boston area.
At the end of the day, they are people who are seniors and veterans and families with children and working families that really are just looking for some answers.
Adding to the shutdown chaos, air travelers are coping with massive disruptions as the FAA ordered airlines to cut flights at the nation's busiest airports.
We need to figure it out as a country. Get it together.
A compromise was reached in this case, but it's not a done deal just yet. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Well, Illinois' two Democratic senators are split on this vote. Dick Durbin voted yes. He says the bill is not perfect, but at least it takes some important steps to reduce their shutdown's hurt. Durbin says that this bill would fully fund SNAP for the year ahead and also reverse the mass firings the Trump administration ordered throughout the shutdown. But Senator Tammy Duckworth voted no, saying she will not vote to do this, noting to help protect American families from, quote, Trump's vindictive and malicious efforts in exchange for a vague promise from the least trustworthy Republican Party in our nation's history. Again, a direct quote from her. Meanwhile, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker also reacting to this deal, saying it's not a deal, but an empty promise. Governor Pritzker says Trump and his Republican Congress are making health care more expensive for the middle class and ending it for working families. That's an end quote. He then calls for Democrats to stand tall for affordable health care.
So there you have it. So, hey, whatever happens, man, hey, the damage is already done. So, hey, we still gonna sit back and see what Yahweh Shema Shai is going to do, man. All right? Stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.